Hello, I'm your host, Kayla, and this is Spectra Storytime. Today's story is called Waterfowl. Like all the tall tales on this channel, this story is from my unpublished short story collection, Spectra. I hope you enjoy. Now, shall we begin? Waterfowl. You can't catch them by listening. You can't cast yourself out to sea and tie a man to a mast while you plug your ears with wax. It doesn't matter how far out you take him, how lost you feel as your guts groan because you've run out of rations and now the horizon is an impossible specter, mocking you and your men who will drown because they can no longer stand to look at their reflection. He won't lead you to them because he won't be able to hear them. Their song is not for you. They tried to drag a silver net around her ankles only to grow tangled in their own ambition. Their hooks for hands and their parrots' beaks became caught in knots that could not be clipped. A woman is not a fish. She cannot be caught nor eaten. When a woman gives herself to the sea, she no longer knows herself nor the others she finds there. Their bodies rub smooth by currents of sand and salt, revealing a new layer of skin like an infant's grasping hand, a seal's warm blubber. They scatter themselves like millions of crushed shells, the glitter of sand thrown up against the surface, then dispersed again into the turning waves. They awaken in a circle. Eyes drink in the other until they cannot discern the difference between what they see and what they are. Their breasts, unbound, bob like wings on the gentle waves, and cool currents tickle their legs like the viscous head of a jellyfish weaving between them. They cannot tell if their skin has grown scales or if the webbed voice of the moon has scattered patterns along their skin. Skin so dark it drinks in the gauzy light, glossed blue by the water. Their salt-locked hair floats around their shoulders like sailor's knots. Tangled halos of brown, black, and silver. When they caress their skin, it finally feels like it belongs to them. They can't stop touching themselves. Their new bodies shiver, rejuvenated, renewed. Floating in the nocturnal waters, they reflect the etchings of stars, swimming through the black vacuum of space itself. The tinkling of shells beneath the water is like little bells in their ears. When they dive down, they do not cut their feet on rocks. Toes wiggle and burrow into the sea moss that carpets the ocean's bottom, of which they will later lay their heads to rest. Night after night they find each other. They keep each other from going mad, crooning to the moon of all their woes, releasing their longing like a spell that transmutes into mist. It floats up from their mouths, open and still, as if parched to drink in the star's light. The moon brightens for them, the craters of millions of years predestined to be filled by the waters of their shared voice. When they are empty, they swim deep down into the ocean's depths and forget who they are for another night. By daybreak, the ache finds them again, crawling like a crab to pinch their skin at its most tender. The sun shrinks the shadows and forsakes them, so they carve new dreams. They salvage shark's teeth from the ocean floor and sculpt a body out of barnacles and sea foam into the shape of a bird. They fly great heights and whisper their names to the wind spirits they ride in the hopes that these spirits will take the names for themselves. They never do. Until the first violet split of dawn, they know nothing. Just the cold rush of the turning current, like fingers caressing down their spine, the blue lips of one another on each other's cheeks and necks, the taste of salt and the slime of seaweed as it passes their lips, and the glitter of scales reflecting the moon's own yearning, the glow of a dead rock, luminous if only while the world retreats into the growing dark. Some run from hands that long to catch them by the neck. They've been chased out of whole countries where generations of their family tilled and worshipped the land, or were made to sell their unholy desires for life in the desert. Others were never allowed to be women at all. not until they sat high up on a rock that juts out of the water, the knuckle of a giant, with the ocean bashing its teeth at them on all sides. To feel the force of its great thrusts, throwing fists of wind at their hair, to be still. Their bodies fossilized, the sea's vibrations thrumming, the blood rushing to their heads and the waters within. To be filled up and shocked new, where the sky meets the frothing sea, where the lapping tongue of oblivion folds over itself. To gaze at the ocean is to plunge your eye into the void. To live there is to excavate it. Thank you. That concludes Waterfowl. If you'd like to hear more stories from the world of Spectra, please like and subscribe. Bye!